Hey guys, we've had another fantastic day here with Hank. Of course, we've done our normal walks, but we also switched into actual heel, where I start asking for heel and correcting him when he's not in heel. Like I said yesterday, he's kind of above the bar for a lot of our board and train, so that enabled us to kind of move forward a little bit quicker than I normally would. So obviously today we worked on heel, as I mentioned. We've worked come, sit, break off, all of that, and down as well. And so tonight, before we, kind of the last session of the night, before we head home, I'm about to do the place command with him. He hasn't done place yet. This is that command I was telling you the other day that would change your life. Makes door manners and bringing in groceries and friends coming over and sitting down and watching TV or having a meal with your husband and wife. You know, it makes all that so much more easy, and it teaches them to be a little bit more stable. So I'll just kind of explain that to you, and I'm going to try to do that with each command as we go through this, kind of give you a better understanding so that come the time of turnover, you're going to be kind of informed as to what your dog knows. So place is, in its simplest form, get on an object and sit. So it can vary in different things. It can be just simply get on, like this cot, for instance. It can be get on this cot and sit. But it's also get in the crate. It's load up in the car or in the truck. It's so many other things. Of course, the words that you say and the way you present it's going to be slightly different for each different situation. But today we're just going to focus on the simplest form of it, which is get on this place and sit. So the first thing we have to know is that the object that you're asking the dog to sit on needs to be something that he's allowed to be on. If he's not allowed to be on furniture, then don't ask him to place on furniture. Next is the object has to be definable from its surroundings. So for instance, I cannot ask him to place on one of these black pads because it's surrounded by other black mats. If I were to take one of these black mats out and put it in the grass, then I can ask him to place on it. So it just has to be definable from its surroundings. It doesn't have to necessarily be big or small or tall or short. It can be anything from a towel on your tile floor on up to a pedestal or a log or a tree stump or a bench or anything like that. It just has to be definable from its surroundings. The next rule is that we treat it like hot lava. So as soon as they get all four paws on the place object, we ask for a sit. Eventually that asking them to sit will go away because eventually all you're going to do is say place. It doesn't matter where he's at, you're going to point out the object and he's going to get on it. But once he gets all four paws on the object, we ask for the sit. As soon as he sits, we're going to confirm place. Rather than saying sit good boy, we're going to say place good boy, place good boy. And then, like I said, we're going to treat it like hot lava. So if he breaks that command, we're going to start giving him the correction right away, saying place, 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 until he gets right back on there, and then we stop giving any correction and any communication. We're going to simply mark the behavior with a good or yes, and then rinse and repeat from there. Pointing out an object to him is pretty simple. Generally what I want to do is stand on the opposite side of the place object from the dog, and then just hold my hand over and ask for place, like so. Gives them a better picture of what you're asking them to place on. Let's see, what else is there? I think that's about it. I'm probably forgetting something, but essentially another thing you want to keep in mind is never ask him to place on something that you're not willing to pick him up on. Because obviously once we ask for a command, we have to follow through. The first couple of times that we present a new object, we're not going to correct him for any of that. We're just going to show him that it's okay to get on it. So sometimes that includes actually picking the dog up and putting them on the object, letting them jump off of it so that they can see that it's nice and safe. So you'll see me just kind of walking him over this place object here, this cot. I'll probably get him on these blocks as well. I may or may not mess with this one. This is certainly one he's going to be able to do, but it's a little harder because it's smaller, but we'll see how he does. So anyway, you're going to see me just kind of putting my foot on these objects and helping him up there without any correction. And then as he's doing the command and I get a sit, then I'm just going to start claiming it, which means I'm not going to ask him to place. I'm just going to, as soon as he's actually on the place and his bottom's on the ground or on the object, I'm going to say, place good boy, place good boy. And then I'm going to give him a break, love on him. And then after a couple of times of that, then I'll actually start asking for the place and giving corrections where needed. But that's all about being fair with the dog. We want to set them up for success, and we want as little confusion as possible. So keeping the things simple and clear and straightforward is the best way to go with it. So without further ado, thanks again for bringing him to me. I'm just having a ball with him. He's precious. We got a long ways to go yet, but we've really come a long way so far. I hope you guys enjoy the updates, and if you have any questions or anything like that, don't hesitate to reach out to me. So here we go. I'm probably going to fast forward this, so talk to you soon.